What is up? How's everybody doing? It's been quite a while since I've, spoken directly to camera. Been pretty busy. But we got a lot of cool stuff in the works that I'm excited to tell you guys about. I know some of you have heard that our film, Dan Ethereal, is getting a full wide streaming release. Very excited about that. That's one of the films that we've gone back and kind of revisited and perfected, and it's been very cathartic doing that. And we're just kind of going back and at the time we did what we could with under the circumstances, but now we have experience, we have a little more know-how. Even we like to learn every time we make a film, so I don't know if we'll ever get to a point where we'll look at a film and think, it can't be better. But, the ones that, there are a few that we're not going to touch going back, There are films that for what they are, they're exactly what they should be. And they're pretty much, between 95 and 98% what was up here, But other films were heavily affected by circumstances and honestly, just we weren't as good. But I think where we really weren't as good was in post-production. Because the reason why we've figured this out, that we've become much better editors over the years, is that it was all there. So whenever we've gone back and cut these movies down, as directors, we were able to get what we needed. It's just in post-production, a lot of times where we fail. And thankfully, we've gotten much better at editing and post-production. So it's been cathartic. It's been a lot of fun going back and revisiting the films. Under the Apocalypse, we made that, at this point, over 10 years ago. And it's still going strong. It's, a lot of people are watching they're watching it now more than ever. They Are Legion, paranormal horror film that we made, just got a wide release, and we're very proud of that. And of course now Dan Ethereal, which is kind of a spin-off, that's about to head out. And now we just finished the rough cut that from a film, particularly special to us. This is our first film. Oh, actually, our second film out of film school. Undead was made while we were still living up there in Orlando. We had graduated when we finished it, but that film is called Eric Castillo. And it was a film that, it was our first attempt to make a movie pretty much on our own, with almost no crew at all. And we were handling most of the cinematography, and that's the kind of the film that made us start to hone our skills beyond just directing. And also, it was my first big role since pretty much high school drama, and it was an opportunity for me to dive into it. And there's more stories to tell about the making of Eric Castillo. I'm gonna make another video soon about Eric. It was, it was a special time in our life. It was, it was, there was a lot of uncertainty. We were still struggling to learn how to monetize our skills as filmmakers, not having any connections in the industry and that kind of thing. But we still wanted to, while we're doing all these sort of quote unquote alternative productions, so non-movie things, we were doing everything, shooting weddings and anything we can do that involved a camera. But while we're doing that, we still wanted to create, and that's when Eric Castillo came about. I can't complain, about doing those jobs. It's better than cleaning toilets, But while we're doing that, it really created a deep need to do something creative, like truly creative. So we kind of wrote a script that we knew was going to be filmed for, a micro budget, but we wrote something very personal and hopefully still entertaining. We try to make even the most personal, quote unquote, avant-garde films. We try to make them, entertaining and accessible, but it's still a very personal movie, and we threw a lot of our heart and soul into it. And but yeah, it was kind of a tough time in our life. So, but we were making that movie, the circumstances, we allowed them to creep in to the making of it. So it did suffer quite a bit. I'm not saying that even what we've got now is perfect. But I'm pretty damn proud of what we're able to do now. It's unbelievable kind of going back and doing this. It's so cathartic. It's so good. It's been so good for the soul. I got to be honest with you guys. And I'm just very excited for you guys to see the perfected versions of these films, or at least the more definitive versions of these films. And Eric Castillo's up there because Eric didn't get a big screening in a theater. It didn't get like a big premiere. It had a little bit of a run online back in the day, but it didn't. I don't think it got enough attention. So, especially for the actors' sake that trusted us back then, I'm very excited to share this story. So a little bit more about Eric is coming up soon, but in the meantime, go on Google and type in Brothers Nunez or Nunez Brothers movies, and man, our stuff is popping up everywhere. You can catch us on Tubi, Prime, Plex, Fossum, everywhere. So if you haven't seen any of our films, or maybe there's one you haven't seen, Google us now and let us know what you think. All right, guys, talk soon.